Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, because we are potentially about to invalidate this massive bearish breakout pattern that we have been taking a look at over the last couple weeks. So let's do potentially one last recap of this pattern here. When we broke to the downside, we got about a 10% dump immediately after that. However, since then, we've actually confirmed this bullish divergence at about 78K, which turned out to be the exact reversal signal for Bitcoin. Now, if we take a look at the 1-day time frame, I can tell you guys that it is finally happening, guys. We are finally breaking this descending trend line in the RSI momentum indicator on the 1-day time frame. So this could be the confirmation signal that we are getting another move to the upside for Bitcoin. If you want to get more confident in this actual move to the upside and you don't want to only rely on that RSI downtrend being broken, then potentially you could also look for a break of this descending line of resistance. Currently, this level of resistance is sitting at around 90.4K in the Bitcoin price. And as you may notice as well, on this 1-day time frame, we have another bullish divergence, which confirmed at around 78K. And yeah, just to be sure, in the case that you don't know, typically a bullish divergence points towards us getting a break from all of this bearish price action. So either in the form of some choppy sideways price action or potentially some bullish momentum, for example, on that 1-day time frame. But of course, we also saw this confirm on the 4-hour time frame as well. Although, like I said in a previous video, this 4-hour time frame bullish divergence has pretty much played out here. However, this 1-day bullish divergence can play out over the next couple days to couple of weeks potentially. So especially if we start breaking that descending trend line once again, then it starts to look pretty bullish for Bitcoin here, guys. Next, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. First of all, on this 1-week time frame, notice how we just took out a massive amount of liquidity, all the way as high as about 86K in the Bitcoin price. And right now on this 1-week time frame, technically most of the liquidity is to the downside, but this is of course because we are at a 1-week high here. So therefore, of course, all of the liquidity is going to be to the downside. However, as you may notice on this 2-hour time frame, Bitcoin is just in this uptrend here for now. And therefore, we are just going to continue to keep aiming towards higher and higher liquidity. Again, on this 1-year time frame, we talked about this big level of liquidity sitting at around that 86, 87K level, and that was likely to be taken out. Well, we have now taken out most of that liquidity. And in terms of the next big pocket of liquidity to the upside, that is basically sitting at around 91K. But after that, it quickly starts heading all the way as high as about 97 or even 100K in the Bitcoin price. So again, guys, the setup is starting to look pretty good here. We have that bullish divergence on the daily time frame. We have massive liquidity to the upside. We have the RSI breaking a massive downtrend that we have been in since about November of 2024. And we have about a third of market participants, or at least the people that are following this channel, that are saying that Bitcoin is in a bear market. So all in all, it seems like there's a pretty decent chance that we are actually getting another move to the upside for Bitcoin. Like I said, especially if we start breaking this descending line of resistance. Lastly, let's take a quick look at the Bitcoin ETF flow tables for today. Yesterday, we actually saw another net inflow from the Bitcoin ETFs of about $200 million flowing in a single day of trading. And it also looks like we are starting to see a reversal in the inflows and outflows from the Bitcoin ETFs. Of course, the last couple weeks, we saw nothing but massive outflows here. However, now I'm actually starting to see these back-to-back inflow days, guys. And this means that currently the Bitcoin ETFs are having an upwards pressuring effect on the Bitcoin price. Either way, this has been today's market update. And by the way, guys, if you want to take advantage of these moves in the market and you want to trade with leverage here, then just go to the description of this video that you're watching right now, because there I link to all of the exchanges that I personally trade on as well. And by registering to these exchanges with the link in the video description, you can actually get a massive discount on your trading fees that is permanent in your account. So feel free to go ahead and check that out in the video description of this video that you're watching right now. But regardless, if you do end up checking it out or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.